live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by those guys. What's up? What's up, everyone? What's up? How are you doing? It is Wednesday night with those guys, and as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Those guys.
And this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the uses of drone. How's everyone out there? I hope your weather has been fine. You've been able to get out and fly your drones. Our weather here has been a little off and on. You know, the weather's been a little tricky, a little windy here and there, but we had some nice warm days a couple of days ago, right? It seemed like.
Yeah, I'm about to say a little.
And then it just got a 10-degree drop, you know, and then it's been just
Angel, what's up?
Since. I think that stuff is coming from over there from Gary sending that weather his way.
Yeah, Gary up in Canada, that air is coming down here, Gary. We pay you a lot of money to keep that cold air up there, Gary. What's up with that?
So if the weather's been nice where you are, you've been able to get out and fly, let me know.
Let us know in the chat. Don't forget to click that like. Let's see what's up to the early birds who are here. We have 9 watching. We don't count 2 of us, so it's technically 7. Tim Jackson, good morning.
Tim Jackson, what's going on, man?
Wait a minute. Good morning. It's morning in Australia. Good morning, Tim Jackson. Morning, Tim. How are you? Hope all is well. It has been a long time. Matt Bagwell, Steve SJM Drones, John Olson, Waypoint New England, Matt Bagwell, Frank Rizzo. If Frank Rizzo means he's on his way home. Warren, how are you? Canadians don't know how to shut the door. Yeah, you got that right. 75. Waypoint New England says 75 on Saturday, 42 right now. Yeah, it's 50 right now where I'm at, and tomorrow morning it's supposed to be in the 30s when we wake up. Well, when I wake up, because I usually wake up about 4:35.
Okay.
But what's up with you, Herman? How's your week?
I'm sorry to hear that, John Olson. Well, I hope
prayers sent out to John Olson's wife. She's having some issues medically. I won't go into detail, but prayers are being sent that way.
Now, you asked me how I am doing?
Yes, definitely.
I am doing good. I'm doing okay. You know what? Actually, Lawrence, and this has nothing to do with drones. And you know, anybody that has come to the live stream know me for the last few years. I had a series of operations on my legs and my ankle. And due to the good people over at Precision Care, I'm actually starting to walk better.
I noticed that.
Yo, see that? See?
I noticed that. I did notice that. Since you've been going there, you've been walking a lot stronger.
Yeah, see?
Before once you put that cane down and started going there, you are walking a lot more solidly.
So if anybody lives in the New York area and you need to do some therapy or rehab, whatever,
physical therapy or rehab,
people over at Precision Care.
Okay, and that was not a paid endorsement.
No,
but they do know their shit. Matt Bagwell says it dropped 30 degrees here. It was 85 on Monday and 51 today. Dude, it's coming tonight.
Got the same problem here.
Yeah, but he's down in Virginia. Matt's down in Virginia. Yeah, you're not far from us, bro. You're a stone's throw from New York. So whatever we experience up here, you're gonna get some of that too.
Virginia get a little breezy too.
It does. Move to one of Ray Kelly's secret spots. I was telling him I don't like the cold. I need to move where there's somewhere where it's warm. But I feel you, Warren.
You know what?
If I started a GoFundMe, Herman, it wouldn't get shit. So I'm wasting my time.
No, but in Florida, there's a lot of, I don't know what, snakes and alligators trying to claim their territory back.
See, that's the part of Florida I would not be. Where I would be in Florida, there's concrete. You may see a gator once a season crossing over somewhere, but no, you stay on concrete. Snakes don't like hot ass concrete.
You're looking for an apartment somewhere in the city area.
Yeah. I don't need to seed the swamp and the Florida Keys and all that from my house. I'm good. I look out from where I live. I'm happy. Plain and simple.
I think apartment in the cities and any place might cost you a little bit more, man.
It's okay. If I can go up to the roof and fly my drone or fly my drone from a terrace,
that they ain't letting you do.
Listen, check this out. Well, no, let me not say anything. And then I'll be giving people ideas here in New York. Anyway, what's up? Welcome to Wednesday with those guys. We appreciate you all. Huh?
What, flying off the roof?
Yeah.
That's not an idea.
To some, it may be.
That's a new idea to who?
Not anyone here in New York, that's for sure.
Okay, I don't think anybody, period, that didn't think about doing that.
You want to hear something funny real quick, Herman? I don't play lottery and Mega Ball and stuff, but when it hits those crazy numbers, I play. And one of my fantasies is if I were to ever hit it, would be to have a house built with a landing pad on the roof. A house built with or something where I can come out from my bedroom with my drone and put it down on the landing pad and just fly.
Honestly, it's your house. You can now take off from the terrace like you want to.
Yeah. See,
even the front yard in your pajamas if you wanted to.
Our sheriff's, yeah, you're right, because it would be your property. A sheriff's deputy shot a gator in a river in Ohio 3 years ago.
In Ohio? Listen. See, he got family, right, from Florida. And he went down there and somebody...
They were separated when they were little gators? They were separated at birth by little gators. I fly off of a balcony in New York. I wouldn't tell nobody that.
See?
See. I fly off a few balconies in New York. Well, see... I am not even gonna say none. Where I'm at, I don't dare.
Oh, okay.
I don't dare.
On which floor are you living in that building over
there? In the 10th floor.
The 10th on that building?
I'm on the 10th floor.
Of that building right there?
Yeah, this one right here over my shoulder.
Oh, okay. So why don't you just go up to the roof?
You can open up the window. You've seen the videos. People try to fly their drone out the window.
So why don't you just go up to the roof of that building? They got a little, what do you call it up there?
Nah, it's too crowded. People ask too many questions. I just want to be able to open up. Like in Coming to America, the guy looks out the window, says, "Good morning, America," and someone says, "Shut the F up." I want to be able to do that, minus the "Good morning, America," and just fly.
But what about the "shut the F
up"? As long as you're in New York, you're going to get that.
Oh, okay. No, but there's a lot of places and a lot of things now. You're talking about flying here in New York, but it's funny because I didn't even notice, and I saw this article that White Fox was deployed at the 78th UN General Assembly to secure the UN. And they collected data on drones that were being flown all over that area in New York during that time.
It's
funny because it was. No, I'm sorry to cut you off, but there was a TFR during that time.
Yeah, I totally get it. And what's funny is, not only were they using their counter drone software, but they literally collected drone data you have turned sharing on. they've collected drone data while they were protecting the UN and their people and stuff like that. And I think it's great because during UN week, there was a TFR up and people were flying. And I'm like, let's see what this remote ID, if they've registered their drone with a remote ID and there's a TFR up, how many of those big dummies are going to go out there and fly?
Well, it wasn't even so much about registering your drone or remote ID, but it was just detecting
but this is what White Fox does. Anything in the area
was in that area flying. They also collected data of Hudson Yards during the construction.
Yes. Hudson Yards is a hot spot for drone activity. I happen to know personally of a few drone pilots that have flown there, and it's every time a drone you taking a risk over there.
It's funny because no, it's funny because everything has been coming up now lately about counter UAS.
That's what it's about.
And there's no right now still, there's only certain people who are allowed to take
God bless America.
Hey, God bless America against
But you got to think about this, Herman. How many stories?
But they're just collecting data on the drones that are flying in the area.
Listen, you remember we had a NYC 5-borough drone meetup. We were on Ward's Island, southwest corner of the island. Remember the day that X Factor had on that Coast Guard the buoy jumpsuit?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, well
I don't know what the police were doing, but they were.
You remember we had this actually happened to us. How many years ago was that?
Oh, that was a while.
At least four.
More than that.
Well, anyway, we had a drone meetup here in New York City, and there were at least, at a minimum, 30 drone pilots, and the police not only were on the island where we were flying from, but a helicopter came and just hovered. And we believe they were collecting data then, because shortly after that, there were reports of people seeing helicopters flying around. We were in Rockaway, remember? Helicopter flew over us. We had our radios tuned to the police frequency, and they said, "Oh, it's just a bunch of guys flying drones." So they that's all they do is collect data. You know this.
Well, I mean, are they, or are they just reporting?
Recording. You're recording. You're collecting data. You're taking logistics.
I mean, just when I say that, are they just taking a report that there are a few guys that were doing this? Did they have the equipment to say that this drone, that drone?
Oh, no, not that time. We were on the beach, the helicopter. We just happened to have the radio tuned to the police frequency.
Right, that's what I'm saying to you. It's just incidents that they're reporting, but there are times where, like with this, is like set up and people have been, flying willy-nilly free. No, I shouldn't say willy-nilly, but free is, to fly up and down Hudson Yards. But yet now come to find out that their information has been collected.
Yes. All that
time.
Yes. So that and if you flew anywhere near the UN, I'm pretty sure the perimeter set up around the UN stretched into Long Island City, parts of Brooklyn, and as far as Jersey. So if you flew anywhere in that area, even if you were in Queens or Brooklyn and wasn't concerned with the UN and your drone went up, I'm pretty sure it was documented through White Fox.
Was it? You think White Fox caught from all the way in Brooklyn? Well, maybe.
It's the same. Well, look at Aeroscope. Aeroscope has a 5-mile radius.
Well, hold on. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that they were. Well, I don't say they were collecting the data from that area,
Warren.
But from that far away. But I'm not saying that they couldn't have seen it. But maybe I would say Long Island City, Hunters Point area.
Yeah, that's exactly those are the areas I'm talking about. Localized areas. I'm not talking like miles and miles, because what White Fox does
you're talking about maybe like over like from over top of Franklin Street where
Exactly.
Yeah, probably over there too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because what White Fox does, not only can they set up a perimeter in a specific area, but they can define multiple areas as no-fly zones and fly zones, and with all of these drones that we do live streams about, all these drones that talk about flying passenger delivery, all of that. Well, guess what? They're going to have counter drone technology out there.
What, to make sure that there's nothing in the air?
Yeah.
But you know what?
In certain areas, yes.
That's nice.
In certain areas, I do believe that. The video right here that I showed while you were talking, this video shows how not only do they cover large areas, but they pretty much, we won't go into it too long, but
detection and tracking system. Stratus requires no
everything in the area
installation and leverages White Fox's sensor infrastructure to provide real-time notifications whenever drones enter your vicinity.
Right, so you can set up a TFR anywhere you want.
Malicious drone users and easily label friendly drones with a wide range of map types.
Now you hear what he said? Easily
downloadable data.
Label friendly and full.
Easily assign classifications. Create detection zones.
Right there. That was what I was looking for. This detection zone. Look at this. This is actually downtown Manhattan. That's Governor's Island. Right there in Manhattan. So they can put a protection zone around Governor's Island, the Statue of Liberty, and several other areas. And if you fly within that perimeter, you're considered foe.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. And now this is their actual software, and they're showing Manhattan. This is New York. You know the skyline. You know this mapping.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want to play devil's advocate. Hold
on, let me stop this. Go ahead.
Since you wanted to go into this, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yes.
For those who might say, so since they're collecting data, right? Your data says that I've been flying up and down here all this time, right?
Correct.
So how am I foe?
I understand exactly where you're going with this. I get where you're going with this. They've been seeing your drone flying back and forth. It's never gone over the water. But how are you a foe? Yeah. Because you're too close to one of the areas that they are hired to protect.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Nice try.
So who's friendly?
See, unfortunately, they have the say in that.
See,
because I could be standing next to you and I could be friendly and they could call you foe. That's how detailed it is. On the drone, you can pick which drones in the system are friendly and which ones are foe. And the only way you'd be able to do that, of course, would be with remote ID.
Like I said, I've been flying up and down out here all these months, even before that thing was invented.
Right.
Data says so.
Yeah.
How am I foe?
For years.
But anyhow, moving along.
Right.
I just was like, since I've been trying to, do a little thing here. Well, no, I shouldn't say trying to do a little thing. Since I've been, flying these drones and started this little business here. We got this little pre-flight checklist that we do. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks good there.
It's right. You can see
right that? Right there is perfect.
You see that?
And, yes. Why don't you share? Hold on. I can.
It's pretty simple. And if you, truthfully speaking, there's a lot of pre-flight checklists out there, and they're basically mostly all the same. You could probably put your own together. We start out with making sure that the area that we're going to fly from is actually secure for us to actually fly from, because we're dealing with some of the construction sites and stuff like that. Even though they allow you to fly from the site, a lot of times it's not really that safe to fly from the site when they need
people walking in. Yeah.
because of taking off in with all the dust and stuff that could be there.
John Olson. So John Olson says, could he get a copy of our pre-flight checklist? I don't know why the hell I couldn't get that out. It's like peanut butter, peanut.
Oh yeah, sure, I can do that.
John Olson, I could probably get you a copy send you a copy through Messenger. Okay. If you'd like, but you can use it as a draft. What our checklist, if you want to go through it really quick, Herman, because our checklist isn't as thorough as others, but it's thorough enough to be passed.
That's what I said. We start out with making sure that our mission area is secure, and we've gone over what we are going to actually do.
The mission itself.
What we're gonna before we take off, so we know exactly which direction we're going to fly into and do what we're actually going to do, take the shots that we're going to take. We have the amount of people that are participating in it, in the actual flight. Usually it's just me and Lawrence, so he's actually as the site supervisor and visual observer. So
right.
Label that as 2. So it's 2 people in the position. Secure, the operating area, like not so much the whole exact site, but the spot that you're going to take off from.
Exactly. And we use a loft to square off the perimeter where we
that would be in the mission area and stuff like that. Getting airspace clearance. Now, I said, okay, yeah. Then we make sure that the takeoff and land, like I said, takeoff and land area is secure. And we go over from there. Now we go to the takeoff, the takeoff of the mission, where we go over everything that we're going to do. And now we go through a flight check now of the drone itself, starting with, making sure that the aircraft itself is secure, that nothing is loose on the aircraft, the props, and we go through the props.
Don't have chips in them.
Stuff like the gimbal, make sure the gimbal is okay. The landing gear, if your drone has it, then we actually make sure that we have a fully charged battery. Right, make sure that the battery in the transmitter
in the drone and the radio
is fully charged.
And if not, you have to document what percentage that battery is on the radio. But we never take off with half-charged batteries.
Right, but we do that and we check off everything on the list as we go down.
Yeah,
on the list. Now we also have to make sure that we have established a link between our radio, our controller, whether you use a tablet and a controller, you have to make sure that all those connections are linked. We go through that whole process. You're linking your radio to your controller, make sure that your radio.
Right. It's a detailed list.
We got with us, a lot of that doesn't apply because we usually use the RC Pro controller. So to make sure that your controller is connected. And
right.
Basically now from there, we want to start going into powering up the aircraft and establishing that the aircraft has now connected to the controller or to your tablet, control, and your controllers, whatever. However that process may be, whether it is your, like I said, we use the RC Pro controllers. And we establish now whether or not we have GPS connection and make sure that our return to home altitude and everything is set properly.
Yes, Charlie, it's a pre-flight checklist that we use while working that he's reading off. And
then we from there we launch the aircraft, and then we establish whether or not the aircraft, you have control of the aircraft with the controller left, right, yours turn, making sure that you have control of it. Then you will fly the mission, return to home.
Hey, Joe Black.
And then we go back through the process of turning the aircraft off and checking the aircraft for any other, if there's any problems with the aircraft from there. And it's just a simple little list of stuff.
It is a simple checklist, but we have to do it every time we go to a site. We use it. We need, as that's part of being 107. It tells you need to document each and every flight, if there are any incidents, etc. I want that Mavic Classic with the RC Pro.
Plus, a lot of these
combination. That's what I use.
Well, a lot of these people in these construction sites.
Hey, John Coopy.
Here in New York, everything is about insurance and insurance and insurance, and so to make sure that everything is clear, we do that. Bill Lawrence, you know what? Your sponsors, right? They were saying that since you have so much issues with the video and stuff like that, they still want they still like you to show the video. They like
I got you.
Hold on. They still like to see my smile on the video, so that
this is what the sponsors, they
told me because you don't listen.
No, I purposely left my earpiece out. So whatever happens with the sponsors, they got a buzz.
They told me
like what those guys are sponsored by those guys.
Sorry to cut you off with you.
No, but I have to finish what I was going to say. The sponsors said that they still like to see my smile in the video, but they wanted to emphasize the drop and the shot. We went away from that, so that was the drop.
Okay, and now time for the shot. Salute, everyone.
Mm-hmm. So whatever you got, your favorite liquor or your favorite
Angie.
soda, knock yourself out to have a shot with us. Whenever Lawrence feels free to feed the sponsors.
We'll get it back in tune.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Angie. I ain't see you over there.
Yes. Anyway, getting back to White Fox.
Mm-hmm.
If you're flying in the New York area and there's a UN assembly or someone important at the UN, White Fox will probably be in the area documenting your data. But John Olson asked for a copy of the flight list we use, so I'll send a copy over Messenger. I have to check and see if I have the actual file. I think it's in your computer, but I'm supposed to have a copy as well. I just have to check. I told John to give us a day or two because tomorrow we'll both be busy because there's a game tomorrow. Hey, Ray Kelly, what's up?
Ray Kelly, what's going on? Hey, Angie, what's going on? I see that. Yeah. We had a drop in the shot. Yeah.
Just in time. Angie made the drop in the shot. See, that's what's up. We appreciate you all. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
Joe Black, what's going on, man? I ain't see you in there.
Those guys is sponsored by those guys.
But Lawrence, the rumored Matrice, what's this thing here? 3D.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to come up all the time now, and it went in. They doubled down on it after the Pocket came out, right? It seemed like that.
Yeah.
There was but I'm noticing lately, like in the last few years, the leaks and stuff like that come out from DJI. It's almost like as if it's like an orchestrated set of information that comes out of the product to sell the product before the product even comes out.
Right.
And it's like it's almost in detail, some of these leaks, and they call them leaks, but they're almost in detail of what you're actually going to get with the product. I mean, sometimes you see like a couple of prototype photos and stuff like that, but it's almost to the point where it's in detail. It's the stuff that you
like this.
Yeah. Well, no, but not even that. Hold on. Let me speak here.
Okay.
I'm gonna get into them photos in a minute. But
okay.
It's I'm not even talking about with that drone. I'm just saying that with their leaks, period. They seem to like
Flynn.
A detailed structure of this thing until the drone is actually ready or the product is ready to come out.
Right.
And then it's like they already sold it to you because you already know the features and stuff like that. And then we sit there talking about, oh, well, maybe, or we are anticipating that it's going to, and maybe it's going to. Maybe I'd like to see like it has like a 50-inch sensor and
yeah, I know. Thank you, SJM. Hit
I'm just
button,
saying.
guys.
These leaks just keep on coming, and like they double down on this thing. It's like, what the hell? Since started from like over a year ago with this thing now. And like 5 days ago we saw that picture, or 4 or 5 days ago we saw that picture that you're talking about with the guy
this one right here.
Yeah. We saw that one about 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, and then what was it? Yeah, 4 days ago, we saw the picture of the of it on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Released recently, yes.
You know what I'm saying to you? And then was it like 2 days ago? 2 days ago, we saw another picture of it detailed on the dock. Two pictures.
And sharp with the RTK unit and strobe. You can see everything quite thoroughly here. Even down to the sensors.
Like they just don't even stop.
They don't care.
They don't care.
And hold on real quick. If you look here, this looks like some kind of bay to add something, a module onto.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying we could be. Because we
you know what I'm looking at with this drone.
It could be a parachute hatch. I don't know.
You know what? It's funny because they ended the Phantom series, right? As far as building more new Phantoms, and here we got a fixed wing body of this drone, right? We got a fixed wing body of this drone, right? With built-in RTK, just like the Phantom 4 RTK that's still in use.
Yep.
I'm like, where is this? I'd like to know where this fits in. Like, does this fit in between like the Matrice 30 and the Enterprise Maverick series, or like
I don't know. With the RTK, this classifies this as an Enterprise. Think about it.
But what I'm saying to you
is this
is it fit in between the Matrice 30 and the Mavic 3 Enterprise series? Because remember, you still can go RTK.
So we see price point.
You can go RTK. You can go RTK.
Right.
With the what do you call it? With the Mavic Enterprise series.
Yeah, I see that. And
so I'm saying to you, so in size of it's a little bigger.
It is, but not by much. But I'm noticing once again, you have mounting screws here. Yeah. Mounting screws here for another peripheral.
I'm interested to see where they're going with this drone. It's gonna have.
I want to see
plug-in batteries in the back. You see how the back of it looks?
Oh, right here. Yes.
Yes. And then now, these pictures came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like the battery will plug in through the back here.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been very slick to not show certain features like the camera. If you notice in these pictures, you do not see the camera.
Right.
They DJI is good for showing you shit, but not showing you shit.
Well, see, this is why I'm interested in, because if you look, they had a picture that came out. What was it today? Or was it the way they were talking about a new thermal camera that was being tested with what was it, the Matrice 300?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You saw that one.
Recovery. Hey, Draymond, how are you, man? Cody.
And then, you know, they had what was it? Another photo that your boy had put out that had a problem. And I had sent it to you on Messenger. Was it Igor? The guy that's been pushing a lot of this stuff?
Yep. The new Osita.
Yeah. Well, he's not the new guy, but he's from, was it Quadro News?
Yeah. And he's been getting the skinny on a lot of stuff.
Now
too.
I sent you a picture that before about the one that that was out there to be put out where they busted up the camera.
yeah. There was one that there was a picture of them they had actually broke the drone.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Is this it right here? Yeah,
it's on Instagram.
Yep. Here it is. I just trying to get it on single screen so that we don't get hit with any stuff. Yeah, this one. You know, I'm glad they showed this. Look at this camera. Apparently, it's definitely a dual camera. But
yeah, just like on the other drones.
Definitely a dual camera. So there's a zoom on top, and then this compartment is definitely big enough for a 1-inch sensor.
Really? You think?
Put the 1-inch sensor in the Osmo, they can put a 1-inch sensor any damn where.
So you really believe that the Osmo Pocket was the beginning of the campaign for the 1-inch sensor?
Yes. Well, no. Okay. Hold on. Let me.
I'm trying to start trouble.
No, I want to think. They say think a few seconds before you answer a question. Inside, deep down inside, I say yes. I need to see one more device come out, like the Air 3S.
Oh, here we go.
And then confirm it. That'll confirm it. I seriously think, and this is, hold on, we got to play it. The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat.
You can stop.
Now, hold on, with that out of the way, I can say what I want.
Stop sharing the drone.
I'm a big campaigner for 1-inch sensors, and I believe DJI has no more reason to come out with a 1-inch sensor. After putting it in the Osmo, you can put a 1-inch sensor even in a damn Mini. That's all I'm going to say.
You're wrong.
Now, if this does happen, Herman, if this does they do come out with another drone, the Air 2S with a 1-inch sensor, I didn't predict nothing. They're only following tradition.
Okay.
You know, because the Air 2S had a 1-inch sensor, and that was a classic drone for a classic price of $1,500.
No, I got
you. Hey, Barkley.
I got you. You think like me a little bit. You think like Volkswagen. Why not put a 6-cylinder motor in there?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Since the Osmo 3 has come out with that 1-inch sensor, bro.
Why not put a V8 in there? It'll fit.
Look, widen the side panel some. We'll make it fit. Hey, Rob. C, how are you? What's up, Rob? Hope all is well. Barkley, what's good, man? Listen, you guys click the like button, please, if you can.
No, but this
I'm just saying, personally.
Yeah, the Matrice 3D. Yeah.
I want to see one up close. I've seen so many.
Saw one up close. You zoomed in on it, didn't you? In person.
I want to see one in person because
it's a big ass Mavic where the wings don't fold up.
I don't care. Just the fact that it's fixed wing since the Phantom, it might. I like it.
They should
make it air cooled too. Joe Black C said, "Make it air cooled. Put a Corvette engine in it." That's right. Now you guys get it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Herman's been saying this for years. We've been doing this live stream going on 3-4 years, or maybe about 4.5 years now. And in the beginning, Herman was saying that this drone, the future of people flying drones for recreation will soon be gone.
Well,
I believe that too. I believe we're headed there.
I don't think that it'll be gone.
If you're not in the industry,
I
in the
don't think
business end of it, you don't think so?
No, I don't think that it'll be
with all the rogue pilots out there. No way in hell, right?
No, no.
Starting shit.
No. And it goes back to what I was saying before about
Hey, Gary.
devil's advocate. If you truthfully want to do collecting data, then okay, this guy right here, Jimmy, whatever, his drone has been flying past here for the last 3 years, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Jimmy.
He complies with remote ID.
Yeah, that's Jimmy. How the hell do I see him as foe?
Listen, White Fox, they dictate the software, and the person that sets up these no-fly zone areas dictates whether you're friend or foe.
I get it.
Nice of all men.
I get it.
You know, I don't see where Draymond says he doesn't see where it fits in the enterprise lineup. But
that's what I was asking, Draymond.
That never stopped DJI before.
That's what I was asking, Draymond. They're like what are they creating? Like a Mavic or RTK, like they did with the Phantom 4 Phantom 4 Pro RTK.
Right.
I don't know. It's got built-in RTK right on this drone. It's supposedly, right, from what I'm understanding or looking at. That's one of the things I know about it from just looking. But and they're talking about new and improved, right? With this thing, we haven't seen anything yet as far as there's just these leaks. So I don't know what new improvements that was done, but we do see subtle changes from like the original shadowed shots and drawings.
Yeah.
But now the docking station and everything is like, where are we going with this? Like, where does it fit in? Because like Raymond says, like we have the the Matrice 30,
right, and everything is so much
Matrice
smaller.
30 is between the 300 series, right, and the Mavic Enterprise series.
Right, but I want to point something out here.
Fits in between that.
This looks like this isn't a minivan, and this beige thing here looks like the front seat or whatever. This is so much dramatically smaller than all of the drone in a box sets that are out there.
The drone is slightly larger than a Mavic 3.
Yeah.
This is like the low budget to the dock station for the.
So you're saying
for the like the Matrice 30.
So you're saying at some time and point, one of these may become affordable to
the general public? No,
to low end user in the business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of them are affordable to the low end user, depending on where where you fit in.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I totally get it.
Pockets and the scale of the work that you're doing.
I personally like this, even down to the little wind rudders on the
me too.
to help stay.
And it's got the the back vents on it, like the RTK on the
to
Phantom
dissipate
Pro
that
RTK.
To dissipate that heat. Where is the one? Hold on. This one right here shows the vents even better.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where it fits in either, but it's a fix. I don't know why they went with a fixed wing.
What do you think, Draymond? Like you said, you can't stop DJI, and you can't understand hey, Stevie, what's good?
That's why I keep telling you, DJI will do what DJI will do.
Right. But where do you think they're going with this? They cannot be possibly trying to get rid of the Matrice 30. I don't see that happening. No. Two totally different things. Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast, how are you?
Two totally different things.
Right.
That is something totally different. This is
Bick, I'm sorry, man, I missed you. if you said what's up. I didn't in the chat. I had other windows up. How are you, Cool Bick? Hope all is well.
Wait a minute. Cool Bick?
Yeah. I just typed in the chat and his name came up in there. How's the weather up north, Gary? Rob, you got to ask that. It's cold in New York. Where do you think the cold came from?
Who asked Gary to what?
Rob C. He goes, "How's the weather up north, Gary?"
Like, Rob, you know he brought that frost down here.
Yeah, we pay Gary lots of money to keep that weather up north, so we can continue flying throughout the year.
You know he sent that cold wet air down here.
What's up, Gary? Gary said he
what's going on,
might not be able to stay too long, but we appreciate you coming in anyway.
Where you going, Gary?
I think he may have said something about. Hold on, let me scroll up and see where.
Where you going, Gary?
Built-in RTK, but not foldable arms. That doesn't add up with the current trend. I agree with you tenfold.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just saying.
I wanted to get back to that.
That's what I was saying. You got rid of the Phantom and that stuck arm out there, set up, and the camera dangling from the middle of the drone, to putting the camera on the front drone.
It's funny.
Now you went back to a fixed wing, and not foldable.
I know, right? Barkley says the Canadians send us freezing cold in the winter and choking smoke in the summer.
Yeah, you know.
Gary says he's going to fly, going to spin some flies.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's
so
what
y'all got. So y'all finished
Gary?
with the smoke, Gary, or some snow fell on it.
With the traditional quadcopter platform, I don't see it being something to complete the AG drones mapping VTOLs. I agree. I agree.
Or is it just something to talk about? Smoke to blow smoke while they buy time for another product. What's up, Steven?
I think they had the frame in there somewhere and tried to find a use for it. Honestly.
What, a frame?
They had the frame and just needed to find a use for it.
What were they doing creating a fixed wing like that? I mean,
it could have been a prototype from something that was supposed to come out earlier or years ago.
Why did they just trash it?
Huh?
So why did they just trash it?
DJI don't throw nothing away.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying to you, if all of those things are true,
right?
Why were you working on that when that doesn't fit anything else that you were doing?
I don't know, man. Only thing
does it perhaps now what I'd like to know is does it allow the drone to fly a little bit more stable? I don't know.
Fixed wing. Well, I still haven't seen. Hey, Steven, what's up? Flyby guys. I still fail to see the purpose that it's going to serve in the drone community, because looking at this camera here, well, if this is a generic camera and DJI is, let me pull this up so you guys know what I'm talking about. DJI is infamous for showing you one thing and meaning another.
That's not the case.
Oh, that's not the picture. That's not the picture. Hold on a second. Let me minimize that. Here's the picture.
You got the picture.
Here it is.
Damn.
There it is. This right here. Okay. This definitely a 1-inch sensor with some type of zoom on top.
How do you know that ain't the picture?
Huh?
That's not the picture.
Hold on. Stop sharing. Let me reshare. There we go. This one with the camera.
That ain't the picture.
This picture with the camera right here.
Yeah, that one.
The point I'm making is when they first started showing rumors of this, and I see the crack in the arm here and all of that.
Yeah, because they crashed.
When they started, notice sensors, they have sonic sensors on the sides. I want to know what the purpose of this drone is going to be, because they would even mentioned a thermal camera on it at one time in the past. Okay, but this is not a thermal camera here.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that this is also not a finished product.
True. This is very, very true. I see the USB port on the side. I failed to see, well, I guess the sonic sensors work for landing. You could use it. I want to know what purpose this drone is going to serve in the drone community, along with other great mapping drones. You have the T30, you have the M30 Matrice, the Matrice 300. Where are they going? Where's DJI going with this?
I'm going to tell you where they could be going with this. And I don't want to stay on it too long, but I'm telling you where they could be going with this. Here's they could be going.
Okay.
It's going to do everything else that everything else is doing. And then it's going to have something else a little bit more on it because it's going to operate on the newer operating system, maybe. You know, and it's probably going to have something else on it that the other drones don't have yet. And
so you're saying they're piecemealing us like they did the Phantom.
They've been doing that. They've been doing
for the last decade.
They've been doing that. Once they realized that they sold you an all-in-one drone with the Phantom 4 Pro, that they couldn't, and it took them over 6 years to find something to replace all of that shit.
Yeah.
You understand? So what happened is now, with this, they're going to find a way to get it right in there somewhere in between one of these drones. It's smaller than your Matrice 30, but bigger than the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
I get it. I do get it. All right. Let's see.
Why is it fixed wing, or maybe it's a little surveillance drone? I don't know. You understand? Maybe they built it for surveillance.
True.
You know,
Stephen seems to think that Stephen from the Flyby guy seems to think that the dock is a bad move. My thing is, I agreed with the first comment above that when the dock is a bad move. The Mavic 3 Enterprise comes in different variations.
No.
But yet this bird is slightly bigger than the Mavic 3 series.
Right,
and smaller than others.
Right, but smaller than the Matrice 30. It's in the Matrice class if you look at the body of it.
Oh, you see what Draymond put? He just answered you. I don't think that Herman. I think DJI learned their lessons with the Phantom series, making a solid drone that does it all. They learned their lessons.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, they're back to piecemealing.
That's what I said. They've been piecemealing that over. They will never do that again. Because it took them over 6 years to replace that thing.
It's true, Joe Black. The arms provide no lift, but the arms would provide better stability in strong winds.
Would it?
A fixed wing, yeah. In strong winds, would you rather have foldable arms or fixed arms?
I don't know, because the camera's still in the front. So,
well, I fly FPV, and I don't know anyone. There are foldable FPV drones out there, FYI, but I fly FPV. I get it. And fixed wing is.
No, I get what you're saying. That's why I asked you that.
C2 certified, like the M3 Enterprise is needed. Definitely. From a European perspective, bigger is not better.
Well, understandable.
Hey, Lake Pilot.
That's understandable, and that's why I thought it was weird. But Lawrence, that's why I asked you that about the rigidness of the body of the drone. You know, make it more of a stable in flight.
Yes, yes. Because in answer to your question, yes, 100%. Because I've come to find out from personal experience, if the arms are loose or there are loose screws that cause the body to flex and bend or vibrate in an FPV bird, and John Coopy was here earlier, he could verify this, you will see the vibrations in the camera.
Okay. Well,
you will see, and you will feel it while riding. You'll feel, you ever see on TV a movie where they go so fast, everything starts shaking and rattling? That's what happens in an FPV bird if everything isn't rock solid tight. Well, so apply that to the fixed wing of this 3D. Nothing to bend. No, the force creating the spinning props helps to push the arms and in their extended positions. The force created by the spinning props helps to push the arms in their extended position. I get that.
What happened? Have you ever seen a video of of the drone starting the motors up without the props being extended? Lawrence?
No. Hey, JC.
Just okay, even though that the force of the motors will spin the propellers and it will open the props up.
Yeah.
The rattling that the body of that drone goes through, if you look at it,
and those props fly open.
Exactly. Those props to open up. So I kind of get the argument where both of this goes back to what I was saying before. Like, and I don't know how it would work with drones, but I know in like the world of cars,
yeah,
when you start improving the way it performs, you also have to improve the body of the car and not allow it to flex as much as it would.
You're 100% right.
Because with all of that power in the car, taking certain turns and doing certain things, the car will flex more.
Yes. Now, did John Coopy and Raymond have statements there? John Coopy confirmed, yeah, if your quad is not mechanically sound, the vibrations will potentially reach the camera. I say potentially because sometimes the resonance isn't enough to end up affecting the camera, which is very true. And Raymond goes on, causes vibration shakes when props are still folded.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know
those guys where
they're going with it.
But where Herman's going with this, for you guys that do not open your props and it looks cool when they're folded and then you start it up. Well, those props take wear and tear. That motor can handle that torque, but that actually stresses the pieces that are bolted down.
I've actually seen a video and seen it in slow motion.
Right.
When it happens, the body of the drone actually moves, it flexes.
Get out of here.
You don't realize that when the prop is open because you can't see it.
Right, because it's actually too fast. Yes, you are right about that. But who knows what their intentions are? What I doubt very much they're going away from the fold factor. Yeah, I always fold the props. John, high performance, high maintenance. This is true, Rob, but John Coopy says, yeah, I always unfold. I don't want the props to take any stress from snapping out. Yes, because starting your props with them folded eventually will create micro fractures. In FPV, micro fractures mean a lot because that'll dictate whether something breaks or doesn't break. It tells me when I see that the person has not checked the props for wears and cracks. You're 100% right, Draymond. When people go and they take off like that and just and they're out, you're 100% right about that. 9 times out of 10, they have very low drone maintenance.
You know what?
Like, oh, it fell out of the sky. Motor seized up.
I got a question for you on that one.
Sure.
How often do you change your props?
Me personally.
And what's a reason to change the props?
Me personally, I change my props not as much as I should, but I'm sure more than the average person. I will change my props every other month to 2 months.
Whoa.
And that's even with, and because we use the drone, we feel
you might have props that somebody else might be able to use.
I get it. And until they come out with carbon fiber props like they had for the Phantom 4 Pro series,
I'm rocking them to the balls. All the threads come off.
Damn. Welcome off Axis. He said he's rocking them until they break.
Until they become slicks.
I set my props 180 degrees, one from each other. That's what you're supposed to do. No one uses folded props in FPV. John Coopy, no one with any sense uses folded props in FPV.
No, I'm just saying
on the motor.
No, I'm just saying on the camera drone.
I changed my props more times than I changed my underwear. See?
Really?
See? I changed my props like tires, pairs or all fours. Yes, I agree with you. It doesn't make sense to change one. Then now you have a brand new prop and the other ones are bending and all wobbly and soft and shit. Yeah.
You're gonna make me go change the props on my drones.
You see what everybody's saying, right?
Because I personally see it like this.
I have a set of 4 in my bag.
If there's no soft spots and not bending, there's no bend on the prop. There's no and you remember this from the Phantom props. Those are scary props. Just from flying them and smacking around bugs and shit up there.
Yeah, you see the would come off on your Phantom. Huh?
The colors would come off the tip. Yes. So I would change them more often.
Right.
But with my Mavic 3, those props.
Exactly. Barkley, open your props before starting the motors. The axis thrust.
Stay nice and smooth. There's no bending on it. No soft spots on the tip.
Micro fractures.
No nicks in it along the end. You run your finger around the end and all that. Nothing. Keep on flying.
That's true. Marcel says FPV drones have cheap props though, and our drones react more to bent, damaged props than DJI. You are 100% right.
I don't
FPV
know.
props. I've been flying and like dowel props. I'll never use them again in the winter because dowel props actually freeze and what happens is they say the prop explodes. It's spinning so fast and it's so cold that the props just shear off, and the only thing that's on is the hub that's screwed down to the base. But yeah, hey Johnny Drone Flyer, if you do not open your props, I suggest you do.
Okay, you remember when they had those carbon fiber props for the somebody created a carbon fiber and like some kind of
plastic,
combination for the Phantom 4 series.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Some of them were cheaply made and the hubs would pop off.
Yes.
As soon as the hub would pop off, your drone would start doing it would fly, but it would do the little twitch. Just by that little hub on the top of the cover where the threads are.
I'm actually pulling up a picture. I'm actually pulling up a picture to explain exactly what you're talking about. This is just a hypothetical example to pull up so you guys can see. But you could tell the third-party cheaper props with what Herman. These are actually Phantom 4. But when he means hub, he means this little circle right here. On the cheaper props for the Phantom 4 Pro carbon and slash
sometimes that would pop off.
This would pop off, and it does affect your drone. This little aerodynamic circle does affect your prop because it's supposed to be there when spinning at top rotations per minute.
The drone was limping coming back, and I was like, "Why is the drone limping?" I'm like,
"Yep." Let me see if I can find a pair. See if I can find a pair. See if they still. Draymond, do they still sell the carbon fiber? GAR.
I might even be able to show you a pair.
As many Phantoms you have? Here we go. Let me just click on the picture real quick and I can share it real quick. Right. How many Phantoms you have? You could chop up food with some props. This right here. Now, now Amazon did not notice at the time, but there was a company, see this yellow, this burnt yellow? This was the actual carbon, the carbon fiber props, half carbon fiber, half plastic. These were good, but this hub on third parties was black or silver. Well, I forget which one it was. And these would pop off. That's how you knew you had the cheap props or not. And also this yellow here, would come in white. If you remember, Herman, you would see the white on the end. The only ones I knew that were proper were the yellow tip ones. So FYI, if you order some carbon fiber props for your Phantom 4 Pro and the tip is white, they're probably bootleg. Just food for thought.
Okay.
Yes, fingers can feel a crack where the eyes might miss it. This is true, Bob Casey. This is true, unless you dig your hands in steel and the fingertips are numb.
So you get, well, your fingernail,
you'll feel a splinter. You would feel a splinter
of the you know how to check a prop. But Lawrence, moving along here, the what do you call it? There's a firmware update I seen there was out there for the Mini 4 Pro.
Yes.
For pilots over in the European Union.
Yes. So if you're overseas, there's an update for you guys.
Well, there's an update period, but they've been frustrating with this issue with the limits to the 120 meter altitude with the Mini 4 Pro.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm understanding that there's a firmware out there now, firmware update that will allow them to hold maximum of 500 meters. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Well, see, I understand that because there are other parts of the world that's 1,640 feet that standard DJI drones can go to. Really? Why you would want a Mini to go 1,600 feet? Right. Joe Black is correct. They were locked at 493 feet, and now they can go to full limit, which is 1,640 feet or 500 meters, whatever one you come up with.
There's a video out there by DM Productions that shows you how to go and do all of the update and get everything straight on that. It shows you how to do it. But I was just interested in the fact that at first I didn't notice before that drone came out that was going to happen. But
well, nobody did. Nobody was expecting it. No one was.
To be able to unlock that, you have to, I guess, update not only the Fly app, but also there's a firmware, like I said, update version of V 0.000.200.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll unlock that for you, and you'd be able to fly up to heights that God knows whatever that camera can figure.
Well, see, I understand the reason for unlocking it because there are certain areas in Asia that allow you to go over 400 feet.
No,
unlike the United States here, where it's illegal. It's illegal to do, but there are certain places in Asia. There's some parts in Singapore. I've seen a few people in areas like, see this particular place here. I don't know where it is, but you see where all these skyscrapers are? More than likely, you could probably fly at this altitude from a mountain.
You know what? Honestly, I've flown over 400 feet.
No.
With the drone. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because to get over the crane sometimes you do have to breach the airspace.
You have to apply the 400 by 400 rule, which has been outruled and re-ruled in.
No, listen, you breach the airspace and you ask for forgiveness later. But
that's what they teach you.
I'm just saying, in case of there was no emergency, there was no issue.
Right, but the site, I understand what you're saying. The site that we're on, the sites that we are on, the buildings are a certain height. Like we have a 14-story building, and in order to catch that.
Right, well, when the crane was in the air, you have a certain altitude limit in that area.
Yes.
And sometimes to get over it and get around it, you have to breach the airspace. it's not a big issue, but you can't really see shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So flying at certain altitudes, there's no point of it.
Right. No, I totally get. John Coopy goes, oh my God, illegal, over 400 feet. Off axis, they got you now. Joe Black, I want the altimeter on DJI drones. Can you imagine flying Switzerland locked at 400 feet AGL? See, exactly. You would have to breach airspace to fly successfully and get those shots. Bob Casey, thank you for coming in.
Bob Casey.
Oh, shit. Marcel said, forgetfully, Mike, Herman is now a wanted man. No.
And right next to the jail too, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, one of our sites is right next to a prison. Across the street from a prison, the no-fly zone expands over into the construction site. So we can't even get in that area. But yeah, when they have the crane up, what are they on the 5th? This week they're on the 6th story. Every week going up a story. So they're on the 6th story, and that crane is up there.
It's going to be interesting when it gets up to the, what is it, the 16th floor or whatever, however high.
Yes. When they finally cap it off, I'm actually looking right now. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, I'm just saying to you, it is times where you have to breach the airspace. Usually it should be only for an emergency.
Right. This is true.
It shouldn't necessarily be to catch a shot, but for me, it was not only to, get away from the crane, but to get by it.
Right, but here's what Herman's talking about right here. I have a shot, Herman. I just have to wait a minute. I have to close that out.
You're going to show those people, please?
Listen, for a few seconds, won't kill them. This is what Herman's talking about. This crane right here on this site. We've been documenting this since it was dirt. Okay, but you see how high the crane is. All right, they're going 14 stories with this building here. To get a shot looking down with the crane including in it. This is not over 400 feet, nor is it anywhere near 400 feet, but you get what Herman's saying. There are times in order to get around this crane or move, that's what you have to do.
Well, there and
on Borum.
Yeah, because there's a lower ceiling.
Right.
Like I said, this here with the Mini, I didn't know that was an issue.
Oh yeah,
people over.
Nah.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a great idea. Why you would want a Mini to go that high? Now that's another story. Apparently they're doing it. It's DJI. They know what they're doing. I doubt very much.
Why you want your Mavic to go that high?
Huh?
Why you want your Mavic to go that high?
My Mavic can handle the wind at that altitude.
Let me handle whatever I want to handle at whatever height I want to handle it at. That's what I purchased. I wanted to fly that high.
That's true. I agree with you. So you're saying if I want to map,
listen, I told you a long time ago,
a 5-acre area with my Mini, I can map a 5-acre area with my Mini.
For yourself?
No, for a customer. You said if
the both of you don't know what the hell you're doing, knock yourself out.
DJI drones are ATO, above takeoff. AGL altimeter will give true AGL.
Yes, that's what I was going to say to you.
Yes.
Because we had that issue with a customer that we had to do some
work for. I remember. Very nice client. They're very good client, good people. They come to the live stream and lurk every now and then to find out drone news and stuff. But we had that issue with explaining AGL from the drone because the ground would show 50 feet, but the AGL would show, what was it, like 80?
And it was something that he had to explain to his planning board why it wasn't in above ground, but above sea level.
Yes. Yeah. But we explained it to him, and he was able to explain it to his clients, and everything went through fine. But you do run into those issues, right?
Every now and then.
Okay. But now you can fly your Mini above 400 feet.
If you need to, not because you want to.
Yeah. Don't say Lawrence said I could fly this high. He's over in the States, but he said I could do it. Don't repeat that.
We're like, Lawrence who?
Exactly. Who the fuck is Lawrence? Like, one of those guys over there. How they used to refer to as Herman?
Those guys?
Those guys?
You know what? If I was the officer that ran up on you and you told me what Lawrence said, I'm like, well, who was Lawrence? And if you couldn't give me a good explanation,
your ass is going to jail.
If you couldn't give me a good explanation of who Lawrence is, that's an extra shove and a scraping of your forehead off the side of the police car.
Oh shit! Yeah, see, so young, so violent. That's funny.
I bet you he won't fly here no more.
Could you imagine? You're right about that shit.
No, I'm not. I'm just joking. No, but yeah. But that is. But we're moving on. Little Lawrence, you know what we up to again now?
What's that?
The sponsors again are harassing them. They're saying that you forgot about them again. But
I didn't forget about them. I have the Phantom flight coming up.
Oh, word? No, but you were supposed to have their dropping a shot again.
Okay.
That's what they be arguing about with you. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll be on the unemployment. I'll be on the unemployment line
very soon. Very soon.
News and Tech Talk. Tune in on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday night with those guys.
There we go.
News and Tech
there
Talk.
we go. I salute. Shot in the drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's out of the way.
All right, there we go. Now you know what, Lawrence?
Shit. Yeah.
Every time I purchase a new drone, I take it out, test it out, fly it. And if it meets the test of time, gets a hard case. Everything gets a hard case. You get a hard case. You get a hard case. You get a hard case. What happened there? For 10% off on Nano products, we got a coupon code for you. That's Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on any Nanook products. Check it out. They don't just sell.
What's going on here?
You're losing it over there. They don't just sell products for hard cases for drones. They sell hard cases for almost any kind of thing you might want to put in a hard case, from your watches, another jewelry, to even your cameras. They'll make the cutouts for your cameras.
Yeah. Lenses, etc.
Lenses and everything like that.
Yeah.
Firearms. They do rifle cases. They do firearm cases designed for certain firearms. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely. You want to put your golf club, your favorite driver in a case? You could.
It's real interesting how I got caught up with Nano, but it's a long story, and I'm not getting into it right now. But sometimes when you're not satisfied with a product and you want to voice your opinion, I realize now it's good to voice your opinion.
It is.
Some people actually do listen.
That's true, because Herman contacted them and was like, look, you guys have a Mavic case with this. I need a case with this for my Mavic. And he's like, let us get back to you. They got back to him. It's like, yo, we're going to send you a case with the foam in it. I'm like, damn. Herman was like, damn, that's all I had to do. I remember that. I
Yeah, I
remember
mean,
you told me.
it was a little bit more than that, but you know.
I know, but there was time in between the emails and stuff.
Yeah, because we spoke on the phone. I couldn't believe it. I called the company and they put me through to the guy that actually designs the products.
Yeah. So
I'm like, no, you didn't. No, I got the guy himself on the phone. And then we got each other's phone number and we spoke back and forth. And he sent me the case with it looks just like the one for the Air 2S with all of the batteries in it. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, wow, okay.
25-minute flight for a 20-second 25-minute flight for a 20-second sunset hyperlapse. You just don't know what the hell you'll get.
I'm sorry.
Well, Gary, to go squirrel really quick. Are you using the hyperlapse that DJI creates, or are you using the hyperlapse photos and you're processing them? Because a lot of people do hyperlapse and they use the hyperlapse that DJI creates, and then Billy Kyle has a great video out, Herman. Well, I learned how to do hyperlapse from the hyperlapse photos. So if you have 600 photos, you turn that into hyperlapse.
Hold on.
What?
You watched the video that Billy Kyle did. It showed you how to do hyperlapse video. After we sat here for how many hours and did the hyperlapse videos over right here.
It's okay, so he uses the hyperlapse.
But Billy Kyle showed you how to do it. Dang.
No, we did a lot of shit there. I remember.
I'm sorry, Big Matt, but you know.
No,
I'm sorry,
Big Matt showed us how
Big Matt
to do it
for how many hours?
Yes, Big Matt did show us how to do a hyperlapse. I'm just saying, I learned how to enhance what I learned from Billy Kyle's video.
Okay. No, I'm not saying that Billy didn't have anything off. I'm just saying that Big Matt did.
Yeah, I remember we were there for a few hours. Me, you, and Big Matt.
We did like this, that, but that.
Yes, he did. He did show us how to do it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I give credit where. Oh, now Angie's starting shit. No recognition, Phantom Flight. See,
wow. You see how some guys get down? Wow. I got to.
I get no love. I get no love here.
No love. You loving yourself over there with this old Billy Kyle show me. I'm not saying that Billy Kyle's video. I watch his videos too. I'm not saying it wasn't helpful.
Big Matt did show us how to do the hyperlapse. I give full credit to Billy. And what's the next subject, man? Come on, see.
He can't help himself. Wow.
Big Matt, you get all the love, man. You know that. He knows. I learned how to do that and some from him. Trying to get me tongue-tied up here.
He can't help himself. Oh, Lord, no. I tell you what.
Angie, you're not helping any. Yeah, it was a couple of those swigs.
Look at it. Yeah. Right. But moving on right along to the segment of the show that you will not hear on Monday nights, but
or repeated later on tonight.
But we have what's going on to now here. Your favorite people, Lawrence. We always like to talk about stuff in the drone. We did a whole thing on the drone camps and stuff like that, and drone soccer and stuff. And we always talk about whenever we get a chance to we find a story on stuff that comes up along on these STEM programs or STEM education. We always got to share this one because this California-based ed tech company, FTW Robotics, recently announced their release of their Hopper drone for education. It's designed to support hands-on learning. And how does it do that? The hopper is designed to engage students in the world of STEM by combining robotics, engineering into one integrated ecosystem. Now, what that means is that these kids are going to not only learn in this STEM program how to build this drone, but they're going to learn how to program it.
Yes.
And make it do what they got to do.
Exactly. Yes,
Go ahead, why don't you say?
Well, yeah, the first process, like right here, they show you how to build it. Once you know each and every component, you're shown how to put these components together to become one. They go into a lot of detail here with these drones on how to build them, flight controller, bodies, lights, all of that. And of course, after you build these drones, you have to know how to program them. Okay, you can't just, people think it's easy. FPV is easy. It's not easy. STEM programs are not easy, but they're made easy with the help of simple programs like this. They show you how to build it, how to fly it, and then after you fly it, they teach you the coding of it so you can do autonomous stuff. If you're interested in drone light shows, you could actually build 5 of these drones and have them perform like a drone light show and do things like that through coding.
Very similar to what's that, the Tello drone?
This one, no, this is there. This one,
no, I'm saying the body of it looks very similar.
It's very similar to the Tello drone. It's an actual kit that you can get. It shows you programming and how to launch, and this coding, believe it or not, is so much easier than coding when I was younger, because you actually had to write the code. Here you can say take off to 24 inches, and this is showing you coding right here. It is that easy. Drag and click, rotate drone 360 degrees, clockwise. These are all parameters that you need to learn in programming. Unfortunately, when I was doing programming, to start the program, you needed code. Take off the drone, you needed code. Now you just drag stuff from the sides here, and you create loops and all kinds of things. And these kids are getting it quicker than I was when I was coding.
Really?
So now you not only can you build one of these drones, but you can build 5 of them and have all 5 of them fly autonomously together. I will share this video so you can see and hear it with audio at your discrepancy.
Well, one of the things that
it came out around the same time as the Tello, Joe Black says. Hey, East Coast.
Okay, because one of the things that this company also announces that and it's a big achievement for them, was hiring Jennifer Nichols, who happens to have over 20 years of experience in the STEM education series, and with especially with main focus in math. So this is interesting. I like this. I like these stories.
I like it that it's a kit.
Right, because
some STEM programs, they have some STEM programs. I found out, I was doing research for someone who wanted to get into it. Hey, Jim's drawing. And one STEM program showed you the basics of coding, with the drone already put together. And then one STEM program showed you building the drone. And then there's a third program that shows all 3 of these, like this FTW does. You build it, you fly it, and you do the coding. So I posted the video in the chat, so you guys, if you want to check it out, it's a good program. Listen, you got to start somewhere, right? This is an all-in-one program, no. Fly, build, and code. Like I said, you can either code, you can build a drone to fly it and learn how to fly the fundamentals, and then you have FTW's build flying code concept, which I think is the top one. If you're going to show somebody something, show them everything. You're going to show them how to build a car, show them everything about that car. Powered by dual core CPU and closed secure software package, Hopper feature robust, reusable hardware and lens capable advanced computer system, including infrared and color. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this drone has infrared, so that infrared helps. You can use that for optical avoidance. Color means you can change the lights.
There's a lot of things that you can do with this thing.
I see that. So you can program, like I said, 5 of these to do a little mini drone light show with the colors, different colors. And the infrared should keep them from banging into each other. And of course, good programming. 4 more to hit 30. Gary, we struggle so hard to hit 30 likes, man. Come out and get your burner accounts. Come back in with your burner account so we can break. Wedge and Big, how are you, man? I hope all is well. He says he can't stay. I'm going to watch the replay.
Okay.
But I want to stop in and say hello. We appreciate
Thanks
it
for coming
so
in,
much.
man. I seen Stevie popping in and out of here. You know, I mean, I forgot to mention Stevie.
Stevie's here.
Sorry about that, Stevie.
Life Thanks for stopping in, Paul. And who has a
you in there, Stevie? Stevie all over the place, man.
Yeah, check out Wedge and Big at 8 o'clock on Sundays. Unfortunately, I'm either not home or engaged in something else, but a good live stream. He has the best of the best video. What happened?
You had mentioned that the Hopper is designed to do, if the program what they want to do with the Hopper is designed for them to be able to get the experience of building and coding, and it's all built into one whole ecosystem. But
right.
What I did want to mention with this is that the fact that not only do they get to build their own drone, but they also get to learn actually like the whole flight theory and how, you know, to make the drone. It's kind of hard to explain. They get
understanding the physics.
Right. They get to learn everything about this drone in this program. And I thought
this is the actual setup here, the controller and the drone itself.
And the mechanical design of the drone, like why, like how, remember we talked about before, we had a whole in-depth discussion of like why is the drone fixed wing and what causes what and why. These are the things that they're going to be learning in this program, you know, and it's powered by you know, a dual core CPU, you know, that, you know, for this drone, it's no big deal, you know, we all know,
right,
you know.
Which means it's not it's a toy, but it's not a toy.
Right, it's a toy, but it's not a toy. Yeah,
right.
You know, and the software is a closed system though.
Yes, so it's like, proprietary.
Right.
It is proprietary. That so it definitely is.
Like your Apple company.
See, Gary did it. There's 30. Gary should be an auctioneer. There's 30. There's 30. Can we get 35? 35. First 35. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you,
we
Gary.
Appreciate it. Even you guys with those burner accounts to help push us over that. We highly appreciate it.
No, but I have to push anytime I hear a story with these STEM programs. I got to talk about it because
because, you know, it's out there.
The one that stands out to me so much was the one at Virginia Tech, because Virginia Tech has their own airfield for RC. That's what I said. They have their own airfield, you know, with a runway and everything. Whole airfield they got over there.
All right. The burner accounts are kicking in. They're trying to get us to 35.
Well, you got jokes. you got jokes. I mean, listen. I mean, there's some decent stories that we talk about here, but you know, some of them not so much.
Right.
Because we got to be real and we got to be truthful about it, you know. And The next story that is not, I kind of don't like it, but it is what it is. And we got to deal with it. And I'm a true believer of their problem is our problem, because if it affects them, it affects you. It affects the next guy, whether it's indirectly or directly, it affects you somehow. And if he flies the drone and he can't fly where he lives because of local municipalities and other ordinance and stuff like that, well, once that's things, things are contagious, whether they're good or bad, and they catch on. And if it happening where he is, then it'll happen eventually where you are.
Right. Eventually it'll trickle down. That's all we want. Those 1-inch sensors to trickle down to every drone. Thought I forgot about that, huh? You hear that, DJI? You put a 1-inch sensor in the Osmo, you can put one even in a Mini.
So Lawrence is starting a campaign for DJI to do 1-inch sensors across the board
on everything else,
on all of the smaller drones.
Well, we might have to exclude the Mini. We might have to exclude the Mini, because then that would take the Mini over a certain price range.
And weight.
Oh shit, we got it, Herman. We got the 35.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, you guys, in your burner accounts.
Well, if you're gonna stop at 35, come on.
Gary says he's good. Gary says he's good. He says there's 35. I'll shut up now. We appreciate you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
It's a shame we have to struggle to get this many likes and stuff during the live stream, but it's okay. We're used to it.
It is funny, but you talk about some of the shit that's going on in the drone world. Well, when I saw this here, and it was a little disturbing to me, and let me kind of read this here to you, because I saw this wow, the Fifth Circuit Court upheld the Texas drone law. It was on October 23rd. The 23rd of October, right. In response to the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court reversal of the lower court's ruling in the NPPA versus McCraw, the National Press Photographers Association.
Yeah,
they proceeded the following that that I guess there was that they have reversed their ruling in that case, but there was a letter that was presented to the members of the, I guess, the Photographers Press Association, that is to let them know that the ruling was reversed. As many of you know, in March of 2022, a federal judge ruled that the Texas drone law was a violation of the rights of free speech and due process. We regret to report that today the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed the ruling and upheld that the Texas drone law is constitutional.
Yeah,
we wholeheartedly disagree with the appellate court, and they go on to say that amongst their leadership and their lawyers, they're going to discuss the situation and see the direction where they can go from there on this,
right?
Because there's a lot going on with this Texas drone law, and we're actually going to have in a couple of weeks, so people come on and talk about this Texas drone law, that and the case that's going on right here in New York City.
Yeah.
And also, if we can, there's a case happening right in Jersey to see where that is now, where that's finally
right.
end up. So we're gonna have some discussion on that going further. But when I heard this, I was like, because if for those of you, I mean, I don't know how much you know about the Texas drone law, Lawrence, but I just think that
it has to do, it's Texas law 423.004, and it has to do with, hold on, okay, it has to do with publishing a photograph that was captured in violation of this particular law. This law basically says in certain areas of Texas, it is totally forbidden for you to take pictures and fly drones.
It's absurd.
It is. And they passed it through. If you remember, Texas was shooting for this earlier in the year. We did a story how they did
it's a little absurd. Laws.
Right. And if they are allowed to do this in Texas, what's funny is people ask, how come the FAA doesn't do anything about this? And I'm going to go with a quote I heard from someone on this live stream. You don't think about shit until you step in it. And this is the case with the FAA. These cases like this need to be brought to the FAA's attention so something can be done. Plain and simple. Or else nothing will be done.
I just thought that it was a little crazy that because how do you, like, for your news team and stuff like that, like, how do they actually operate?
Right.
That's why this was brought by the press photographers.
But that's just like the same thing here in New York. They want drone pilots to pay $150 30 days in advance. For all the news reporters in New York City that are doing news right now, a building collapses, they're going to run there. They don't have time to apply for a $150 waiver for next month.
That's what they mean.
News just happened now.
News, keyword in news, not 30 days old.
Yeah. So they're doing the same thing as well. Texas is pretty much doing the same thing.
Stupidity catches on.
Yeah. But now someone needs to pull the FAA's coat and say, look, this is going on in New York here. This is happening in Texas. And no one seems to be doing it. But what can be done? I'd like to know.
That is interesting. I guess they're going to have to keep fighting this in court somehow.
The National Press Photographers Association, is an organization for the advancement of visual journalism. They claim that this is crazy. Everyone's saying that this is crazy. If this is happening, and they're based in Georgia, so if this is happening in Texas, where else are they doing this that we don't know about?
Well, if you can't take a photograph of anything in this area, then that means I can't report news in this area.
Right. Just like New York City subway system says you cannot take photos or record video in the subway system, but it's a public area. It's a public area.
Public space, you got cameras, I'm going to do it.
Millions of tourists do it every year.
Because it's protected. It's protected under your rights to do so.
Oh, Angie, in Texas, they have actually passed a law where in certain parts of towns or certain areas in general or entire towns, you cannot go up with your drone and take a picture or you will be arrested. Your drone will be confiscated.
You're going to be arrested, but I know that
you'll be violated.
The media is having issues to this drone law. And like I said, in a couple of weeks, we're supposed to have some and on here we're going to
Yes,
talk
Storm.
about this Texas drone law and other things that are going on, and in its entirety. I just think that this, when you, like I said, if you have the Association for Press Photographers who are complaining about this means that you're not allowed to take pictures and you're not allowed to be able to capture certain things in certain
Right.
things.
And I want to read this real quick. It says, it is important that when using drones, this is in Texas, you discuss the risk with your employers and your clients to find out whether they will support you if you are challenged while using your drone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, because it makes
honestly, I think that would be anywhere.
It does apply to anywhere, but I thought it would be good to read that, because if you, and this is for you 107 pilots out there, if you are out there flying and there's a discrepancy and someone says you're flying over my yard and the police show up and everything, the client that you're working for can't be in the back going you know, they have to say, yes, well, we hired this person to do this job, and if they don't know, you should enlighten them. Look, we may need to fly over this area here. You're supposed to go over that stuff with the client anyway. Let them know what you're doing, correct?
Yes, you should. Exactly what
you
you're
know,
doing,
so
where you're going to be doing it and what you're going to be doing for them.
Right. No matter who it is. I don't care. Okay. Joe Black says he owns land. Okay. So if we're flying over Joe Black's land and we happen to go outside of the perimeter of his land, he has to be able to say to the police, well, look, I hired him to do that. I don't think there are any cases. Hey, Travels with Rosie. I don't think have paperwork in hand. Draymond says right there. Yes. With Rosie. Yes, that's why Draymond.
That's right.
Laughs at me when I take a screenshot of a loft showing the perimeter we have permission to fly, because it's so much easier to pull up an image showing that we actually have permission. Remember, Herman, the drone pilot that was flying in it? I showed him in his face. Look, we have permission to fly here. You don't. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, you can come back later. You can come back later right now.
You can push it in the official's chest when he comes up.
Yeah. Well, no, stop. You have people running up to officials. I have permission to fly here.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, when the guy comes up and asks you for anything, you just put it in his chest.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have paperwork there. How are you, Travels with Rosie? Hope all is well. Just like that trust test, you need a copy of that.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
You need a copy of your registration. Take a picture of it. Your 107, I would suggest have the original, but if you don't have it on you, make a copy of it. See what Angie said, yet my client tried to get me to go way beyond visual line of sight as far as my drone could. I had to let him know it's not allowed, and he made provisions. See? You want me to go that far? You set up spotters between here and there at every point, and I'll fly that mission. Spotters with radios so I can hear.
Now, when you say provisions, did he hit you off with some more cash, or
he gave you more cash to fly out of the line of sight? Don't answer that. Don't answer that, Angie. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but here, Recovery One drone. Had a security guard challenge me last Saturday. I showed him my paperwork and he just drove away. Exactly.
Don't you love it?
Okay, and go harass someone else.
Put it in his chest. Yeah, go ahead.
That's what Herman means, Draymond. Just hit him in the chest with it.
Just take some steam off of him. Yeah, hold on. Read that.
Yeah.
Read that. I'm checking the props. No cracks on this one. Yeah.
Oh, right. See, she said, no, we just found other places to park along the route. See?
Okay.
But they accommodated you, though. That's what you need to do as a professional drone pilot. And if you are in question, always have some kind of documentation or something showing that you have permission to be there.
Like, hit him up for more cash.
And like we showed earlier, we showed those guys aerial pre-flight checklist, and it's quite extensive. If you don't have a pre-flight checklist and you'd like to use this as a reference, You could probably hit me up on Messenger, and I'll send you a copy. John Olson, he asked for one. I'm going to get him, huh?
Hit him up for more cash.
Yeah. Hit him up for
out of
more
line of
cash.
sight. That's going to be double the price.
What happened?
What did they say? Double the price?
Yeah, fly beyond line of sight.
Double the price.
Listen,
I can't see beyond there, so that's double. That's twice the mission. That's double the price.
I was $100 per mile. Angie, listen.
No, I'm just joking, but that is a good way of fixing the problem, though, Angie.
Yes, it is. It is. If they cannot accommodate you, you have to let them know. But we don't seem to have that problem here. But getting back to,
we don't fly that far, and
and we always have one of us is always the visual observer.
The only issue is that the taller the building gets, the more now it becomes a multiple takeoff and land situation.
Right, which we're more than prepared for. We have multiple spots where we can fly from around sites.
The certain places that we go to, as the building gets taller, you're gonna have to take off from multiple spots.
Yeah. Jim says, Angie, please be my agent.
What happened?
Angie says, Jim's droning says, Angie, please be my agent. Thank you, Stevie.
We want Angie to be
get a copy of Those Guys checklist when you join Those Guys Facebook group.
What happened?
Stevie was get a copy of Those Guys checklist when you join Those Guys Facebook group. But pretty much you could use it, just of course not the name, but is that's owned, but you could use the checklist for work. Pretty much everyone should have a checklist, definitely.
I mean, it's not that hard. We could send you the checklist without the
without the logo, I'm guessing. So you can put your own logo.
Whatever your own. You can even configure it however you want to configure it. Maybe you might want to add some stuff to it.
It Travels with Rosie says, just tell them to leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Travels with Rosie. I'm surprised to hear you say something like that.
You know what? They kind of know that already.
Yeah.
That you know what you're doing. It's up there. They just want to make sure you're just not doing it where they don't want you to do it at.
Right. Exactly. The FAA, Air Force.
Yeah, they're let me tell you. The FAA's AFWorks, right? They've agreed to collaborate on an advanced air mobility integration. So, the FAA announced this on October 26th that they were going to be doing this, that they have signed this collaboration agreement with the Air Force to we mentioned here once again to collaborate on integrating advanced air mobility aircraft. I'm talking about, like Archer and all of them.
Yes.
Joby. Those aircraft.
Yes.
Into the national airspace system. This is supposed to take place over the next few years, so they say. The FAA actually published their advanced air mobility plans last summer. We actually did a story, I think, on that. With the FAA had published their plans for the advanced air mobility. They have some plans to, I guess, to start in certain locations they're looking to be able to start advanced air mobility by 2028. You know, we talk about all of these companies like you mentioned. We mentioned Archer and Joby, but as far as what they're saying is that you know, with the Olympics coming up in 2028, you know, with that coinciding being held in Los Angeles,
yes,
is where the Olympics will be held, is what their projection date was for. I don't know, you know, they're saying that a lot of the companies that are out there working right now in the industry of the drone industry, and this might be kind of like why you thought or said what you said earlier about the drone industry, that everyone is starting to most of the big money right now is into the commercial industry of it. And with Archer Aviation announcing that, you know, they're on pace to commercialize the Midnight, and the agreements and deals that they've already have in place for the Midnight, they're looking at 2025. You know, and with AFWorks now going into working with with the FAA, you know, to optimize, their
I think it's a good idea because they technically
optimize their resources, which is a great idea. So yeah, you know, I'm just curious to know where this is going to go, because, you know, we've mentioned that, you know, AFWorks working with the FAA before. This was mentioned, and now they're on to the next phase of it. We mentioned this over a year ago.
Right, we did. And right now what you're saying has to come to fruition. And I say this because the FAA integrating with the Air Force, you're going to know right now, nothing's flying over the United States unless the Air Force knows what the hell it is. So the FAA having their foot inside the door, and the military having their foot inside the door, it only makes sense that they get together, and between remote ID and delivery drones and all of that, I got you, Angie. It's the next direction to go, because that will help approve a lot of other shit. If you think about it, a lot of these drone companies, eVTOLs out there, they're trying to get air certification and airworthiness. Well, you still got to get through the FAA and the Air Force.
Well, I don't say they got to.
You think the Air Force wants to have all kinds of shit flying up there?
No, I don't think it's that they got to get through the Air Force. There's already a certain criteria that these aircraft have to
I'm
meet.
speaking for future drone delivery.
No, because air traffic control is part of our nation's defense system. You know, so with that, you know, I just look at where they're talking about with these things, as far as, and I think that a lot of it is a lot of the talk is a little too heavy for people.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lot.
No, because we're thinking so much as far as the fact of this thing flying around with nobody out there, with nobody up there in it. What I want to let you know, and I will be honest with you, and you got to think about it, where these things are starting are looking to go is talking to replacing your vehicles like helicopters. See, I think if they had rolled it out from that aspect, people would accept it more, because people are accepting the electric car, even though we can't sustain something like that, everyone in America or in the world with an electric car.
Yep.
everyone in the world with glasses and an electric car, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because the lights that you got 40-watt light bulbs are going to be looking like friggin' mice. Squinting.
True.
No, but
do you see what Stevie put?
What?
Stevie put, keep your rates high because it's hard to get more later. Once the price is set, it's hard to make adjustments if the person becomes a steady customer. Yeah. And then I put also, then they will want more for that same price. Which is agreed. Makes a lot of sense. It's that time, Herman. Hello? What happened? Herman froze. Okay. Well, sorry about that, but Herman froze out, and I don't know what's going on, but we will keep doing the stream until Herman comes back. I guess I'll send him a text letting him know. We appreciate you all. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the 39 likes there. Stevie says we need one more lurker. I don't know what's going on, but Herman should be coming back in shortly. Anyway, Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. And like I mentioned, we appreciate you all for all you do. We appreciate the support. Like I said, if you want a copy of, if you don't know, that there are copies of pre-flight checklist online, but Herman and I kind of composed ours more geared towards what we're doing. Herman froze or in deep thought. Yeah, he froze, man. I think the connection was broken, but it will not be broken until he signs back in and signs out anyway. There it is. We hit 40, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Like I said, I'm just gonna sit here and hang out until Herman comes back on and then signs out properly. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna have to put my Bluetooth on here. Angie, I will definitely hit you up with some ideas you can work with for people like that. But towards the weekend, go Erasmus High football. Herman and I, there's a game tomorrow. Yes.
I'm back.
Welcome back, bro. I was just signing out and stalling until you get here.
Well,
because it's time to go. We hit 40.
I don't know what the hell happened to this damn thing, but what happened? You said? And
we hit 40 likes.
Oh no, 39.
Even from the lurker burner accounts and everything.
39. Somebody
no, you got to refresh. We're at 40.
Okay, if you say so. But anyway, what I was gonna say to you is that yeah, like you said, it's time to go. No, it's 39. So I guess we'll see you next week. But we got more to talk about next week, and there's a few things that I want to bring back from this story here, because that Texas drone law is not over. We're still talking about it. We got to fight. The fight's still on. Don't worry about it. We're going to fight, and we're going to keep on fighting, even here in New York. But with that being said, Lawrence,
that's it.
Good night, everyone. Hey. Good night, everyone. And I'll see you next time with Those Guys.
Good night, everyone. Good night.